Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. With your faves, Kevin and Azim featuring Jade, Gwenny Gwen, Idita, CPL Matter, Stuart Johnson. And it is Friday.
Morning.
Jade,
Hi.
it is the start of the weekend.
Already?
Easy, so.
I know, right?
How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know.
Since I last saw you yesterday, things have been going well in your world.
Yes, and hopefully it stays that way.
Oh, okay. You gotta give me the recipe for that, please.
I will try.
All right, awesome. Well, guys, it's Friday, and on Friday we usually start off with the Cross Caribbean link up. Today is no different. We're gonna discuss some issues that seem to be resonating across the region. Starting right here in St. Kitts, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. But really just wishing everybody a good day, productive day. And for those of you who getting into the weekend early, yeah, enjoy but be safe. That's
Sound
something.
advice.
That's something. When we get to the end of the show, I'll talk about it. But yeah.
Well, guess who is ready?
Mm-hmm.
Smiling away in Jamaica. He's hearing me because he's laughing. I'm flattering him this morning. All right, so we'll get this thing, the show on the road. Hopefully, momentarily, the technical director is making sure everything is sorted out so that we can have a pretty good time over the next few minutes. Good morning. Welcome to, welcome to the regional link up, everyone. Welcome, Jade, Azam. Good morning.
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 Good morning. And certainly welcome to the integration manager at the Jamaica Gleaner, jamaica-gleaner.com, Damien Mitchell. Anytime I announce Damien Mitchell is coming on, my phone lights up. Damien, you have many fans here in Antigua.
Thank you, sir. I am appreciative of that. I'm big into electronics, so I guess by next year we'll have fans, light bulbs, and AC units.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yes. Let me just introduce not introduce, at least lay some groundwork or share some perspective coming from no less than the BBC. There's no more British institution in journalism than the BBC. Prince William and Kate, the PR missteps that overshadowed a royal tour. Palace staff must be wondering how the defining image of the Cambridge's trip to the Caribbean was not the explosion of joy and pleasure that greeted the couple in downtown Kingston, but instead what looked to many as some sort of white savior parody, with Kate and William fleetingly making contact with the outstretched fingers of Jamaican children pushing through a wire fence. It was a bad misstep for a couple who are surprisingly media savvy, and it was not the only one on this curiously disorganized trip. That's the perspective of one opinion writer, Johnny Diamond, actually, royal correspondent in the United Kingdom. Damien, your take. Good morning. Oh, you're muted, Damien. We're not hearing you. You're muted. Unmute.
Yeah, I've heard that criticism, and I have sought to analyze it a bit. I think to a great extent it was a matter of crowd control in Trenchtown, where the royals visited for two events. One was a culture exchange, if you may call it that. The other was a football uh, sporting event. So there were two things happening in respect of sport, though. There was one, the football match, which was going on, and then there was the tour of the bobsled. Jamaica is one of the fire on ice, as we call it. So there is a perimeter fence at the culture yard, and there is one at the football field. As happened when people are playing football, they are, for most of our stadia, they are isolated on the field with the use of a perimeter fence. So I think it may be an overstretch. I also hear some people claiming that the fence was not there before now. So that could be another thing to look at. But I've seen many other photos where they were engaged without those kinds of barriers. I think the big issue that comes here, though, is in relation to the handlers, the British handlers. And there is a clip I certainly would like to share with you a little later on in respect of some of the relationship or some of the exchanges between Jamaica and the British handlers. I find that there was a huge disparity in respect of how the local media were being treated, the kind of access they were being granted compared with the British. In fact, there is something that I had tweeted yesterday that I found quite curious. One of the British handlers was literally tapping journalists on their shoulders, asking them to move at certain points and to step back at certain points, which I found quite offensive and unusual. I know that some of our colleagues have raised concern about that kind of engagement in respect of the British royals and how they were, I beg your pardon, the British handlers, and how they were seeking to engage with the local media versus the foreign media.
I see. Jade, Azem, I said good morning, right? I said good morning.
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay. All right. How are things real quick, and any follow up for Damien? And Damien, I think we should be sorting out your sharing privileges shortly. Okay, so that you can share with us that material you wanted to circulate to everyone who's paying attention to this link up. Yeah, how are things in St. Kitts, by the way, Jade and Azem?
It's getting a bit spicy. We have a big event this weekend, which is the People's Labour Party convention that everybody is looking forward to for one reason or the other.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of discussion right now in regards to are the uncles playing nice in Parliament. I think, well, more specifically in Cabinet. And, persons have been looking at the commentary coming out of the People's Action Movement's convention a few weeks ago, as well as responses since then, also from the leader of the CCM, which is another member of the coalition government that we have here. And so there's been a lot of commentary on that and those discussions that have been taking place and the rhetoric that's been coming out of these conventions. So like Jade said, everybody's looking forward to the convention this weekend, and that seems to be dominating a lot of the conversation just on the ground here. But Damien, I in relation to the visit of the royals, I know in some of the other territories there had been some discussion, well, let's say using this opportunity, their visit, to jump off the conversation of reparations. Was that a call that was echoed in Jamaica?
Oh, sure. There was a huge call for that. In fact, I was trying to get privilege to allow you to listen to some of the exchanges that happened here in Jamaica where that's concerned, but there was a huge call. There were protests, in fact, at minimum 2 of them, very organized protests with beautifully designed placards of people calling for reparation and calling for an apology to be made to the Jamaicans and their ancestors who would have been subjected to slavery many, many years ago. As soon as you're able to make me co-host, I can play for you some of what happened here on the streets of Kingston, as well as in Montego Bay, St. James, and of course, the response of the Duke himself when he spoke at a state dinner 2 nights ago, making a response to those calls and acknowledging, in fact, what happened many, many years ago with slavery, calling it abhorrent, but stopping short of actually saying, we are sorry. He said it was, in fact, profound sorrow with which he had examined this reality of so many people, but just did not go as far as to say sorry for the action that happened. That's as far as it went, and here is how the Prince had handled it.
I strongly agree with my father, the Prince of Wales, who said in Barbados last year that the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains.
So I'm not sure you will be hearing him just there, but I'll go back to it quite shortly to to let you hear exactly what the prince had been saying yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yes.
I strongly agree with my father, the Prince of Wales, who said in Barbados last year that the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains our history. I want to express my profound sorrow. Slavery was abhorrent, and it should never have happened.
That's the Duke, who was speaking at a state dinner 2 nights ago, making a response to the loud calls that there were certainly in the day and before now for an apology from the British, as well as for there to have been some reparation. He did not address the reparation call. And in fact, the Prime Minister, when he met with him 2 days ago, had also raised the concern in respect of separating Jamaica from the British in total by virtue of going the route of a republic. It too has been one of the big issues being discussed here in Jamaica. What of Jamaica finally breaking ties from Britain, from the United Kingdom, and going a republic like Barbados has? That matter has been picking up more and more traction with the opposition making mention of it also. And now we're seeing where civil society groups are also taking up this issue in a very, very big way. And so the Prime Minister has been speaking about it, as I've said. The opposition leader made it a part of his presentation in the Parliament, and the Prime Minister finally confronting, in fact, the British Royals when he did so meet with them 2 days ago to say, we intend to move on. And that was very, very important, the way he structured his statement in respect of separating from the Queen, because you would recall maybe just over 10 years ago when David Cameron, the former British Prime Minister, came to Jamaica, he essentially in Parliament had acknowledged that there was a terrible thing called slavery and said, it's time to move on as friends. We will be hurt at times, but move on, he told them. And so years later, the Prime Minister meeting with the Duke and the Duchess saying that we will be moving on.
Was there a response from the Prince on that issue of becoming a republic, Jamaica becoming?
We did not get a response. The video that was provided, because that was another restricted engagement, the video that was provided ended right as the Prime Minister made that comment. You would have heard someone, I would assume would have been a British handler, saying, okay, we got to go immediately after that. So it was supposed to have been a courtesy call, a photo op. The video lasted just about a minute or so, conveniently or inconveniently. but it ended right there.
Yeah, I would say conveniently. Yeah. Azem, follow up. Azem, they're looking a kind of how. Azem, what are your thoughts? A penny for your thoughts, Azem.
Well, I wasn't actually gonna share them, but I keep wondering why are we, when are we going to just distance ourselves from this importance of the royals. Like I understand the historical context in terms of most of these islands being British colonies and what that has meant for us, but in terms of the royals themselves, like I sometimes don't get the big to do, and I really want to see us just distancing from them. But they should be able to just come here like the rest tourists and run around. I don't, and as much as that might be asking for much, but I don't see it.
All right, Damien, you had something to share?
Yes, in fact, I want to. Turns up the app. Now you're. What was some of the comments that was being made by the people who would have been on the roads on Tuesday when the royals arrived here? I wanted you to hear some of what they had to say, because they too had serious issues with much of what was going on. The Rastafarians, they were leading the protest, if we could call it that, which was of importance. But also too, what you were hearing coming from them was that they were saying that, listen, we are kind of over the dates of the apology. We are kind of over the injury that has been done. Let's just get on right now with reparation. let's move beyond there, because we've heard a lot of the stories already. So let's move beyond there and just move on with this matter of reparation coming from the British. That was one of the things you'd have been hearing in Montego Bay, St. James, where the royals would have visited. And you also heard it here in Jamaica, in Kingston, I beg your pardon, where they spent most of their time. You know, people are essentially saying, listen now, let's just move on past this whole issue of apology and the hang up that we've been waiting for there, and let's get on with the matter of the reparation. Let's see if we can, in a second or so, hear from some of those people who are on the streets. And let's be clear on this. Who were those people protesting? People from all strata of the Jamaican society, the affluent and the not so very affluent. The Rastafarians, university lecturers, they were all a part of it. It was not something which was limited to the people who are at the grassroots level. And I think that was a matter of huge significance, that just about everyone would have been a part of these protests. Let's listen to them.
The Queen has been in office for 70 years, and there's no indication that she plans to apologize. There is no indication that these European people plan to pay us reparations. And I want to tell you something. If we don't get up and demand it, we will never get it. We are here proud as a people, and we want to show them that, listen man, they must do what is right and right the wrongs of history, giving us full independence, not this partial thing that the Queen is still seen as the head of state. No way.
That is the type of government we have, no democracy. If they had democracy, they would never invite the representatives of the Queen of England to be here, because the sentiments of the people at this time is that we want to get rid of the Queen of England, not to entrench her.
I'm here to demand that the royals apologize, acknowledge the atrocities that happened over 300 years, acknowledge that when Jamaica began independence in 62, we began behind the eight ball. All of this to me is an opportunity for the government, for the opposition to come together and make a drive for Jamaica to become a Republican country. It won't solve every problem, but it's a beginning of a way to actually shift how we see ourselves and chart our own path.
So you'd have heard there just now from the People's National Party caretaker for Central Kingston, herself an accomplished person in the business field. Imani Duncan Price is her name. And you would have heard previously from Rastafarians, a majority of them, including a former attorney at law, Miguel Lorne, among the protesters outside the British High Commission in New Kingston on Tuesday.
Wow. Striking scenes. Let me ask you, what is required for Jamaica to become a republic? Is there going to be the need for a referendum, or the government and opposition can come together in parliament and vote and that's it?
There has been some split in respect of that. I think one of the key things, though, for that to happen is unity. That's the first thing. There has been some split ideas in respect of constitutionally what is due. It is an entrenched provision, many argue, and as a consequence, a referendum would be required, which is a vote to the public, where at least 2/3 of the public would have to say yes, we want to move. The opposition also argues that you don't need a referendum. There can be a 2/3 majority vote in the Houses of Parliament for that to happen. Of interest, though, is that the Jamaica Labour Party, through Bruce Golding, when he was in power back in 2006, 7, he had said that there would have been a grand referendum, and he was, in fact, one of the proponents of separating from the British. And Andrew Holness, now the Prime Minister, has said so too, proposing that there should be a referendum. I recall the grand referendum would have been dealing with matters concerning Jamaica's independence, or total independence as it is now being framed. In other words, Jamaica separating from the British by becoming a republic, 1. 2, the matter of the final appellate court moving from the British-based UK Privy Council to the Caribbean Court of Justice. And the third matter on that would have, of course, been this whole issue that we're now discussing. And another, I beg your pardon, the third issue would have been the matter of buggery, removing buggery. These were 3 big items on the list that should have been in this grand referendum that just never seemed to have taken off. So the grand referendum, I don't know if it will ever happen. But the issue is now taking front and center, and Jamaica turns 60 years old this year. In other words, 60 years since it gained independence. But it has gained independence. At the same time, it is requiring a visa for the person who decides that he or she will not accede or accept a decision made by the highest court in Jamaica, the Court of Appeal. You will have to get a visa to go to the UK or hire some lawyers who are there to do it. No, that's not justice at all. And so this issue of the final appellate court should really be tied into this whole matter of deciding where should we be in respect of a republic or not. It cannot be that we're going to be doing half of the lap. You cannot be a republic if you're going to have your final appeal court in the United Kingdom. It just doesn't add up. And it is a denial of justice for so many people who would have liked to take their cases there. And we're averaging just about two cases a year at the UK Privy Council anyways. And at the same time, millions and millions of dollars being paid into the sustenance of the CCJ.
Yeah, exactly. Azam?
Well, I think the issue of some of these former colonies who are now independent taking the step of becoming republic has been something that has been discussed. We see a few of the islands pushing, in Jamaica being one. I really hope that what we've seen happen in Barbados recently really kind of sparks, some of the other governments to make this a reality. I think the people, I think the people have been saying that they want to see that happen, but sometimes there's just not the political will, to really push that agenda forward. So we'll have to.
I'm happy that you make that point, Azim, because it's one of the criticisms here in Jamaica. Okay, why is it that Barbados has been able to do it and Jamaica, big Jamaica, can't do it or doesn't seem to be so interested? And I think the government too is seized of the kinds of criticisms coming from the majority of the public that Barbados has taken the lead, and Barbados just seem to have said it and got it done. So what's up? And from a political standpoint, that's some pressure that you really would like to avoid. I find it strange though that there has not been explicit terms in respect of time, when this thing is going to be happening, what's going to be happening first, etc. I don't know what's the reason behind it, but there's some sort of dancing or secrecy. So yes, we've been hearing that we want to become a republic and we will become a republic and we will take some steps, but we can't hear concretely what's going to happen, And that for me is a little bit concerning, because I've been in this field long enough to hear and to know that whenever there is known detail, then more often than not, it's not delivered within the time we would expect. So let's just hope that this one time that's not the case.
Yeah.
Just my understanding, though, very quickly, is that in Barbados it wasn't entrenched in the Constitution, so it didn't require a 2/3 majority or referendum by the people or the voters of Barbados. The Parliament could have done that, and of course, Mia Motley essentially owns the parliament in Barbados. So, was it 50? Or was it basically there are no opposition representatives in parliament, so she basically could do as she wants. But it was a popular move in Barbados, and I think there are a number of countries who've been asking themselves, well, how come Barbados didn't have that as an entrenched aspect of their constitution, and we do? Because I think our situation in Antigua is the same as in Jamaica. There would have to be a referendum for that to happen. And Damien, just to stick a pin on the grand referendum, I understand issue number 1 and issue number 2 because they're sort of connected. I don't understand issue number 3. And I think
so in Jamaica, it is a crime. Buggery is a crime.
I understand. But
and so there was to have been... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm talking about it being a part of the grand I understand the issue of buggery being a crime is a big issue in Jamaica. Believe me, I understand that. Yes. What I'm saying is, to me, it's almost as though you're conflating the issues. So for me, separate from England, get rid of the Privy Council, deal with that in one go, and deal with the other issue of buggery in another. Because to me, that is going to end, that referendum not going to pass in Jamaica. If that thing-
And that matter of education. I mean, each time you look at the politics, you always realize that that matter of education is very, very critical, and how a matter as a referendum would pass in quotes because of the politicization that goes with so many of the elements of that proposed grant referendum, and I think probably it's among the reasons there has been this delay, but it's also one of those very emotive issues in Jamaica, that matter of homosexuality and buggery and what the law allows or does not allow for, and shouldn't people have the right to have the kinds of relationships they want. And there's also the question as to, do you really have any business in the bedroom to be policing what happens in the bedroom? And so it had become such a huge issue that it was believed that it should be part of a national say, that the country should have once and for all how to move forward, how to deal with this issue. So it was indeed, Darren, a part of the idea for the grand referendum. As you can see, it has not taken off.
Yeah, I can see why it hasn't. That last issue there is problems, because I don't see that passing in Jamaica in my lifetime. Let me put it that way. And I think I have a few years to go. Let me ask. Let's find out from the folks in St. Kitts. What are your expectations coming out this weekend before we wrap? I want Damien to get a little inkling of what's happening. Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris, Damien, is, I would say he's in a spot of bother politically. He's been at the head of a coalition in St. Kitts, but our friends in St. Kitts, I'm sure, will speak much better to this issue than I would or could. Azem, your take, or Jade? Jade, you're quiet.
To be honest, I don't expect anything more than what he's been saying, which has always been that the unity government is strong and the country is running good.
Yep.
I don't see him wavering from that, because that would make him seem like somebody who cannot lead a government. If you as the prime minister, as the leader, come out and say, you know what, the people that I have with me don't have any trust in me, then why would the essential people living in the country have faith in you? Because if you can't
There's a
lead...
huge flip to that, though.
Sorry?
Jade. There's a huge flip to that, though. And I think I've seen those cases where politicians tend to be telling you what they want you to hear, but not the reality. And what that does is to dig them deeper into the trench of distrust. And I think to a great extent, politicians more and more are recognizing that their followers are not loyal followers, and they're not blind followers, as our grandparents might have been many, many years ago. You now have young people who are part of the electorate who have the will and the means to get more information, and who care less than those people who would have preceded us. And as a consequence, you might have, as in Jamaica, we say, you fool the people for a long time, but you can't fool all the people all the while. So with the information comes that difference with which the approach should be, that you really can't be going on to tell people that everything is hunky-dory and everything is fine, when in reality, that's not what we're seeing. And I think politicians do themselves a great service if they can acknowledge when there are weaknesses, but importantly, chart a path to fixing those problems. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, I think the situation is very interesting though, because a lot of what is being discussed is not necessarily to do with, let's say, for instance, issues that the common man seem to really be concerned about. So it's not like, for instance, some of the big political discussions over in the Caribbean might be how governments may have handled the pandemic and how they're moving forward and stuff like. Those aren't really the discussions that are being had.
Not at all. I actually haven't heard about COVID in a while.
So I think that's what makes this situation a bit interesting, because when you start hearing generally for calls for motion of no confidence and or they just need to dissolve parliament and
No
have
third
election.
term.
You would think those calls would have been behind perhaps accusations of corruption or nepotism or mishandling of some some project
Fund.
or something like that.
Mhm.
But it seems this doesn't really seem to have that
So what's the basis?
that is the question. That seems to be the question.
Well,
And-
from the PAM side, it seems to be that some promises still are left to be delivered. Some promises that they essentially had going into this coalition, and I think it's the same from the CCM side. That there's these promises, the promises that we don't know about, but promises nonetheless.
Well, the one that has been
Oh,
fully
yeah, there's-
articulated
yeah,
has
yeah.
been
Fair share for Nevis?
Yeah, the distribution of the citizenship by investment programs revenue between the islands. There's been the premier of Nevis has come out and said that he believes
Yeah.
that there has not been a fair share,
And
and that needs
then-
to be addressed.
And don't forget that the leader of PAM also said the same thing. The
Right.
Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Sean Richards, also said that, CCM has not been given all the promises that they made to them, essentially as the unity government. So besides that one, I don't know. Maybe I missed the other ones.
But I think those are huge issues, though. I think those come to the real matter of trust and confidence that a government would want to build in an electorate. And I think, well, certainly the way we've been seeing here in Jamaica is where people are keeping their own records and people are matching you against what you have said, what you have delivered. I mean, that's becoming a very huge thing here, especially in an era of very vibrant social media and this voracious appetite for governance and for truth and for responsibility and accountability. That's becoming a huge issue, and people are calling you out when you are not standing by what you've promised. So I don't know if the groundswell is across the Caribbean, but certainly I think those are huge issues that probably the issue really is going to be on communication and on the record of what was promised versus what's happening now. And also the most critical element coming out of all this is, what does this mean for me as a citizen of this country? Because especially coming out of the pandemic, there have been lots of displacements as a result of in respect of economics and even your regular just function day to day. So I think probably somebody, the opposing side probably may just need to do a better job at communicating what has not been happening and the implications of it. But it's always going to be one of those things. But for me, it's huge if you are in government and you've made promises that you're not delivering and you can't explain why you're not delivering it. It shouldn't just melt away like ice in sun.
Yeah, I think like I said, it's just a very unique situation that we're seeing here from my perspective. As a matter of fact, so much so that you would have expected to hear like you say, a groundswell even from the electorate for like a call for there to be accountability to some of these charges. It seems as though a lot of the conversation we've had, even here on the show when it's come up in our discussions, has been that it seems as though the people don't like the infighting, at least in public, and want to see focus on delivering for the people, for doing the business of government and focusing on governance. So I think what may have been driving this conversation and also people's response to the conversations that have been going on is that there have been at least accusations that one of the promises that may not be kept was that the Prime Minister would not do more than 2 terms. And he has publicly said that he would support the leader of another member of the coalition People's Action Movement to be the next prime minister if they are
Oh,
successful
yeah.
at the polls. So I
Oh yeah,
think,
the sweet addiction of power. We have that problem here too. Our prime minister had promised term limits, 2 years minimum, so two-term minimum. So there is that sweet addiction of power. You see?
yeah. Well, the thing is though, everybody else seems to be the one saying that he is interested in the third term except him. And so that is what's making this thing that is what is making it so
Yeah.
interesting.
We've literally
support,
seen him say that he supports the deputy for future prime minister, but
he said
I
that
don't
he's
know.
yeah he said that he's not said publicly that he has any intention of being prime minister for a third term, all of this. But what it is, though, is that his supporters have been calling for this, and I guess the issue is that he has not himself come out and scolded them for their support. So
Sorry, his supporters is calling for him to end his
for
his
him
term?
to be prime minister for a third term, but he has not reprimanded them for that. Bad supporter, stop supporting me.
Very interesting.
So it's a very interesting situation, and I think that's why people are really looking forward to
This
this
weekend,
weekend and the
yes.
rhetoric and how is it. But he has been very what should I say? He's been on one page. I haven't heard him swear from the page that he's been on, which is they're part of their coalition, and that he's not expressed that he wants a third term. As a matter of fact, he's expressed the opposite. He's expressed support for the now deputy prime minister to
Yes.
take the reins if they are to be successful in the upcoming election.
He's also said it's too early to be talking about a third term as well,
Yes,
since we just started this new term.
Exactly. So it's a very messy situation, if in my opinion, and
Yep.
we really just hope that they could get back to the issue of governance and delivering for the people. So
Can I
we'll
just
see.
do this parting shot? Because
Yeah.
my technical director is giving me the signal that it's time for us to go. It's almost 9 o'clock, and we have one more segment to go. And that is that I am surprised that the coalition has lasted as long as it has.
Well,
Coalitions
you're not alone in that.
So, anyway, listen, I really have to go because we have, like I said, we have one more segment to go. It's been great. I've gotten some excellent feedback from the listeners. They've been soaking up the conversation. Damien Mitchell, Integration Manager at the Gleaner, thank you so very much for giving us some of your time this morning. Bright and early in Jamaica. It's not quite 8 o'clock yet. We really appreciate it because I know you have long days. So
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye,
You
guys.
guys take care.
Jamaica-gleaner.com. And Jade, Azem, blessings to you both. Have a safe weekend. And I'm hoping to have some conversation with one of the actors, maybe Sean Richards, next week.
Oh,
Keeping my fingers crossed. We'll see.
awesome.
All right.
That'd be great.
All
All right,
right.
man.
Love again. Anyway, we'll see. Take care.
All
You
right,
too.
bye. Well, Jed,
Hey.
as usual, very insightful conversation here on the link up,
Yes.
right? Like, yo, Jamaica, like when I
I mean, we were supposed to speak about this week anyway, about the royals visiting different countries and responses.
yeah. We just didn't get to it, but
Yeah.
I mean, it has kind of brought to the surface some of these conversations.
Yeah, I don't think they're too happy about that anymore.
Yeah,
Which understandable.
I just like the royals with like. Let me tell you something, right? When I hear about what I did for when the Queen came here in the 1950s. I guess at that time, I guess I understand whatever. You know, Jade, you know that literally like hide a woman house. They hide the woman house here, cause they want the Queen seat here. They hide she house, Jade.
So it was a removable house, like they could have, because you said hide. So that means they had to take it up and physically remove it
Jade,
and place it somewhere else.
that was one of the things that they did.
Wow,
One of the things.
that's interesting. Well, y'all like
They,
the
cause
lady
they
house.
didn't want the queen to come and see any trash houses. My thing is,
So they don't know that where she comes from has the same type of houses. What? Only us. Men us then.
I mean, if the trash houses that was popular in England at the time, but no, but my thing would be let's see the trash house so she know, hey, obviously something ain't right here. But no, you see,
No,
and
that's all
like
right.
the way that we interact with the royals is
Very, very
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kinda strange.
Yeah.
Kinda strange.
But my thing is, and I'm glad that that has been echoed by a lot of the commentary, is, Jade, let me ask you a question. Why is it that whenever the conversations of around reparations and so, all these people are willing to do now is say slavery happened and it was bad? Like
Duh.
what? Like duh.
Who thought otherwise? Well, I know who thought
we see the
otherwise,
rubies.
but
We see the rubies on your neck, ma'am.
that did not come from your country.
We see. How you pay for that, there?
Pepper? What do you mean pay?
You pay for
As
it.
in money?
They take all the money from the resources they got here and
I
bought
don't
all
know
the
if
things they
that's
want.
I don't know if that's paying. That's more like theft, but you know.
Let me tell you something, Jade. Like I don't understand how they let them get it off. Like the French Prime Minister do the same thing, talking about like, oh, it was a bad thing. What? Like,
It was a
what?
bad period in history.
Why are you stating the obvious, sir? And like, I really want to see if we're going to have these conversations. The conversations have to move past acknowledgement, apology, and now amends.
Yeah, I feel like we've passed the apology stage and the acknowledgement stage. We've been acknowledging slavery since it began. I feel like we've way past that.
They're done. That's the problem. They actually weren't. That's the problem.
Well, not to them.
Yeah, but those are the people who we're looking for action from. So yes, they
So
must.
if you think we ain't
so they
get it,
must-
then you think we're gonna get no?
No, but what I'm saying is that must be the progression, right? You must first acknowledge that this thing happened.
I understand.
You
but
must
I'm
you must
saying-
you must apologize, and once you apologize, then now you have to seek to make amends.
Yeah,
So
the amends is the apology.
that's
I'm
no,
sorry.
No, but
I'm sorry for my ancestors.
But that's not how it works, right?
But that's how it's been working.
Well, it obviously hasn't because the calls haven't stopped.
Yeah, the
understand?
cars don't have to stop, but I don't mean they're going to do what people call for. I mean, they haven't done it.
Yeah, but I don't think that means we stop calling.
No, I don't think we should. I'm just saying that I feel like maybe we should stop. Maybe we should stop calling in the way we're calling and we can't just do what they did.
Enslave them?
No,
We don't have the nukes.
No, I didn't say that, Lord Jesus.
Oh, we don't have the nukes possible.
Just
Like
retake what was ours. I didn't
they
say
have
enslave
nukes.
nobody.
Yeah, we
that
don't
might
have
cause a
nukes.
problem.
Have you seen our defense force?
Call NATO. They got nuke scheme where? Oh yeah, the country that
They-
we looking
they-
at them, no? Damn.
They are NATO.
Damn. Well, we're in a ticklish little situation here because,
I
to
think-
be honest, yes, I agree the calls are important, but I just don't feel like the Queen almost out of here, you know.
Yeah, but I don't think we need to look at it as the queen, right? I think we need to look at it as and even the family.
But that's who they later when they talk about apologize, because they said it even on the video when they talk about apologizing and stuff, they're looking from the Queen herself.
But the part of the issue is just that she is now the person who is in that position. So in other words, when she transitions, if she does, because she may be immortal.
Yeah, well, they say she's a lizard, so you know. I mean, how long did they last? But
but whoever takes up that mantle, they become the figurehead. So it's not.
I
It's
think
not
that
this.
they will be the person to change this.
I don't know. My problem is my view is, it don't matter who they are. If you feel like there's a wrong that has been committed, you don't go and just say, "Bye." They ain't taking me an answer and cool. You understand?
No, I don't think they should stop.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
feel like from the royal side, I don't know where this lies on the list of importance because I don't feel like it takes anything to do what they need to do. And they've been here for a while.
No, it takes a lot, Jade. It takes a lot. Like the issue of reparations would be a very complicated issue. But the problem
But we
problem
had
is
time to uncomplicate it.
that is the thing. That is the thing.
That's my point. It's been here. This is just that. It's been here for a long time, and I don't see any. You know what? Let's start the reparations process. Let's start moving forward. I know. Sorry is all well and good, but like, what we just say here, sorry, don't cool it.
Mm. Yeah, I totally agree with you. So
I like your shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
But yeah, like I said, like
PLP orange.
Oh yeah, for the weekend, bye. Yeah, for the weekend.
Oh, friend, they're gonna brand you anyway.
Watch your head. I don't get brand everything on in this one, right?
Did you?
But yeah, the only thing me get brand yet is the NRP.
Yeah, we're in green.
And we had the lovely lady in here.
Yeah,
the leader of the party. Oh, she didn't come. She was on Zoom. Maybe that's why they didn't ban us.
Oh, because she was on Zoom.
She was on Zoom.
Mark too. Anyway, we digress. Yes, reparations. Things that seem to take. This might take another 100 years. I'm gonna let you.
I think what's gonna happen. I think what's gonna happen is there's a few ways I see it really happening. One, there would have to be a serious movement and call for reparations from the persons in these countries, right? I don't know what would spark that. It would have to be, but then again, for me, what we
calling.
No, Jade, you don't understand. For instance. And again, it depends on who calling to, right? But we've seen how, because of some cultural shift, and sometimes it seems like almost on a whim, that we've been able to see movement and topics for people from different backgrounds, whether it is Asians, whether it is the homosexual community, whether it is women, whether it is whatever. So we've seen how those organized movements have led to responses from governments across the world, right? So that being said, I don't think the call resonates if it comes from just people who look like us.
So you're saying the white people them need to call too?
Yes. And the thing is, on the regular circumstances, I'd say that probably ain't gonna happen. But the way that I've seen movements build over the last 5 years, I don't know. It very might be possible.
You know, some people of that complexion don't even acknowledge the fact that this is something of importance. You know what it is? Tell us, move on.
But
move on. Slavery was 400 years ago.
That is the same thing they would have done with Asians. That's the same. All those groups that spoke about women, the exact same thing. So that's what I'm saying. We've seen cultural movements that have come out of a lot of times some type of tragedy, some type of that kind of thing. So what I'm saying is I would have said it was impossible had I not seen it happen in some of these other spheres, right?
So we just need to call on our white friends.
No, I'm just talking about what would spark some of these governments to possibly give it a serious look as to how this thing would work.
I see.
I also think that one of the issues is that when I say we, the diaspora, we have to also fully concretize what reparations would look like.
We can't say we want it.
You talk to 10 different people.
They have 10
different ideas about what reparation means, what reparation looks like, and not only that. The problem I also have is that we ourselves aren't even fully united on the idea of reparations to begin with. So some people are going, yes, there is this atrocity. It has put our countries, our families, our societies behind in terms of development, and we need to see some sort of reparations because of that. And some people going, look, I ain't gonna get us nothing now. I just need to cool with us, right? So my thing is, why would they then go and say,
Yeah, we
hey,
should
let's
give
look
them-
into this, when we ourselves can't even come together on the
True.
topic.
True,
That's
true.
why it get a little frustrating for me when I hear those sorts of sentiments. Is like, oh well, I didn't guess yet. Why I feel like I guess? Why I feel like I guess now? And all these kind of things. Like, okay, so you think they don't hear when you're saying that too?
No, they could
Yeah.
hear you, man,
So
they could hear
so
you.
so
Loud and clear too. They might be hearing you more than they're hearing the others.
right. So I feel like we need to figure out what this is that we're asking for. How it's going to look. Who needs to pay? Is it that some of these rich families that we could trace back to being plantation owners those are the ones that need to pay? Is it that the money goes into, for instance, a debt forgiveness program, or it goes into a fund where countries whose populations, are descendants of former slaves, have access to funding? Like, how does it work? Like, we're gonna have to figure out how does,
Before
and
we
it don't have to be one way. You understand? It don't have to be
We
one
could
way.
have options.
Yeah, it don't have to be one way. But I think we have to decide what the reparations look like, because a lot of times, sometimes somebody you do somebody something, and they go in, you owe me. The first question is what? Okay, so how much I owe? After I have come to the realization, admitted that, okay, yeah, I might owe you something.
Yeah, I might,
The next thing is, send me an invoice.
Yeah. Let me outline what are you.
Right. So I think that has been something that has been escaping us, and we're going to have to really come together to figure out what reparations look like, what we're asking for. So until that happens, I don't know exactly how far we're gonna get. The platitudes, the apologies, the acknowledgements might be all we get until such time. So we'll see.
We shall see.
We shall see. You want to take one call? Wait,
Actually,
it's
yeah,
9
it's 9
o'clock.
o'clock.
It's 9
So
o'clock,
it says break time, friend.
Yeah. Well, guys, we're going to take a short break and be right back with more Island Tea right here on Min Media SKN. Stick and stay. We have yet another hour of great conversation in store for you, so don't go anywhere.
Mr. Speaker, the ministry also endeavor
Horswood's Building and Nevis Centers continues to make your lawn and gardening easy. Go to Horswood's Building and Nevis Center now and get 25% off store-wide on the entire lawn and garden equipment. Yes, for the months of February and March, Horswood's Building Center and Nevis Center is making improving your lawn and garden easy with 25% off garden supplies, garden equipment, garden accessories, including weed eaters, lawnmowers, and much more. Get 25% off all lawn and garden items happening now at Horswood's Building Center in St. Kitts and Nevis. Horswood's Building and Nevis Centers, making home improvement easy. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN.
As in,
Yes, it's one of those days. It's one of those. Don't do it. It's one of those days. But guys, we have in studio friend of the show, definitely, Dominic with a Q here from TDC. And of course, the last time he was here, he was letting us know about some amazing things that was happening for the month of March, and I'm sure he's going to tell us more about what's happening with TDC across the different companies. But Dominic, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. The last time I wasn't here, actually. I was on my way to the farm.
Yeah, right.
I was on my way to the farm, and I think I even told you the last time, don't be surprised if I am on the farm.
Right.
So I actually was on the farm. This is Farmers Month at the TDC Home and Building Depots, and as part of our Farmers Appreciation Month, we call it, at the Home and Building Depots, I went to the farm.
Okay.
Our team from the Home and Building Depots in St. Kitts and Nevis, they do a number of farm visits to the different fields and so forth, and the different types of farmers. So we got backyard, we got crop, we got livestock, we have agro-processors. They've been to those, and for those persons who haven't seen them yet, just look out. We're gonna come to you eventually.
The fishers included in that?
The fishers
can't forget the fishermen.
The fishers included in that. The fishers are included in that as well. So we will be adding them to our list. As a matter of fact, if I could, today is the Agricultural Open Day in Nevis, and the TDC Home and Building Depots has a presence there as well, supporting our farmers. And the offer that we're giving in store now, which is 20% off all month, that is being extended at the Nevis Open Day yesterday and today as well. So we haven't forgotten the farmers. We come out in full swing and full support of the farmers, because in light of COVID, we recognize how really important our farmers are. Right, really important. So sticking with the farmers, tomorrow, Saturday the 26th, it's our annual farmers market.
Yes.
Yep. Fresh produce direct from the farm to your table. That's the term we use. And we're going to be having farmers at our locations in St. Kitts and Nevis selling their produce. We have partnered with a number of those farmers, and they've committed to come to our store and sell. So you could get your fresh jelly water, you can get your fresh boiled peanuts, you can get your vegetables, you can get your fruits, you can get your ornamentals, you can get your juices.
Smoothie, you could get smoothie.
I'm not sure about the smoothie, because we're going all natural here. So we actually, the person who's doing the juicing is doing it from natural products. Yeah.
But the juicing is for me. I like that.
Right. So we have a guy here who'll be doing some juicing at our St. Kitts location. For our Nevis location, it's basically fresh fruits and vegetables. So for those persons on Nevis who hadn't gotten a chance to get their fresh fruits and vegetables from the Nevis Department of Agriculture Open Day, you can go to the Home and Building Depot tomorrow in Nevis and get them there.
Awesome. Well, I know where I pass in the morning, guys.
Well, we open at 9 and we close at 1. But I'm certain that they won't close at 1 directly, because I think people would be there buying. It's an opportunity for persons to get fresh produce while they shop. If they're not shopping, if they remembered, if it's on the list, if it's the shopping there, this is an opportunity for them to get it while it's there.
Yeah, man, fresh produce, right, from the farm to your table.
From the farm to your table. And again, this is part of the TDC Home and Building Depots Farmers Appreciation Month, which we do in March. We have recognized some of our farmers who've done business with us as well for their contribution to supporting the business. So it's just our way of giving back to the farmers in a tangible way as well. We're giving them an opportunity to sell their produce at our stores.
Awesome.
I love it. Listen, especially on Saturdays, people usually go out to get their fresh fruits and vegetables anyway.
Right.
So why not go and,
There are now some parking restrictions in place. So this might be another opportunity for you to do that.
I'm telling you.
And avoid the hassles.
Well, I really love the way that you guys have really embraced these people who are so important to us here in society, and have been giving back. And guys, go out and support.
Because we'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll be looking out for you.
Go out and support, definitely. As well as remember was it 20% off?
Yes, it's 20% off all agro products until the end of March.
Yeah. I want a hose.
So hey,
I thought it's a ladder you say I wanted.
Well,
I need that too.
The hose qualifies.
Yeah.
The ladder, we could work out something for you. For the ladder.
Yeah, you get up in the tree, go pick my fruits, man.
Right. So it's also Women's Empowerment Month. I don't know if you guys remember that. Yes,
do you
it's
feel
also
empowered?
Women
Not
Empowerment
really,
Month.
but you know, I'll take it still.
But we're empowering you to shop at City Drugstore Nevis Limited, where you can get up to 30% off selected items. Yes, up to 30% off selected items and products just for women.
Bam.
Just for women. Catering for the women.
Well, you know, we need things, and I'm pretty sure the people in Nevis, especially the women, will appreciate that. But this isn't only for women, you know, there are people with women in their lives.
That is true.
So get them something as well.
That is
with
so
that 30, you said 30%?
Up to 30%. And
Yes,
if you
there
can't
you
go to the
go.
store, you can shop online at shoptdcgroup.com.
Hmm.
So for Azim,
Azim.
right, who has, I'm certain he has women in his life, his mom, his sister, and so forth.
Of course,
This
of
is an
course.
opportunity for you to shop online, shoptdcgroup.com, and get the up to 30% off the selected products for women.
I like it. I like it.
So
Get
for
me
our
something nice,
counterparts who-
Azim.
not in Nevis, yeah. you can
Yeah,
do
get
that.
me something nice.
Right. Well, I brought along a prop today. My little
That's-
piggyback.
We're shaking.
It jingles.
I know there's a
Is that a
saying.
cow?
I know, actually it's a pig. I know there's a saying that
Oh.
says shake your keys. Well, I'm shaking my coins. I brought along this today for a particular reason, and I'm trying to fill it up. Because we've started our Easter loan promotion very early, where you can get up to $30,000 unsecured, 4 years repayment, no deposit.
Ooh.
So you're
What-
looking
what?
to
Ooh.
I just say what the man say. Wait.
No deposit,
No
Azim.
deposit?
No.
For up to 4 years?
Yes. Up to $30,000 unsecured.
That is what you call vibes.
Right? So I still putting in the coins. So you can do that. You might need some home renovations. We're not too far from hurricane season. Right. You may have vehicle repairs, your insurance, annual insurance. You may have school. School gonna be closing in a few, and I think the third term is usually SBA time. So you have those expenses, new laptop, new tablet. This is an opportunity for you to take advantage of that particular loan, our Easter loan promotion. And we have an addition coming shortly, so to the Easter loan. So I'm going to ask your listeners and your viewers to stay tuned, because we will be making another announcement when it comes to the Easter loan shortly. Yeah, so up to $30,000 unsecured, 4 years repayment, no deposit.
Coin again. Oh, you run out of coins?
Actually, the bank full.
Oh,
Well,
I
half
got
full. Half full. So I
But-
brought my friend today. I have a friend. The last time I was on the farm, so.
Oh, you brought your friend on the farm.
It's
Wow.
saving up now. Saving up. So we've learned something new as well. We now have all of our retail businesses via WhatsApp.
Right.
So
You said a WhatsApp?
WhatsApp.
Huh.
So if you're not in a position to dial 465-2511 or 466-2273 or 469-5430, WhatsApp us. You could WhatsApp the TDC Home and Building Depots. You could WhatsApp our automotive division. You could WhatsApp City Drugstore Nevis Limited. You could WhatsApp our copy and print center. Yeah,
Well-
we have WhatsApp numbers now.
Wow. Well,
So making it easier for you to do
support.
business.
I am fully in support of that.
Yes.
I'll be sure. I'm not certain if I sent it to you guys. I might have sent it to Jade, but I'm not certain. But
You
I'll
did
be sure.
not.
I did not.
You did not,
no,
sir.
Well, that's not good. That's not good. I have to make sure that I do better next
You
time.
will not mix me in this.
I apologize. I was just looking for some company. Not to blame, but just for some company. So we're
I
making
understand.
it easier for people to do business. You might be for contractors, you might be on a particular site and you want to inquire about a particular product that you might have missed or run out of.
Right.
You might be a student and you want to know, hey, what time does the copy and print center close? You may have a prescription that you need filled at City Drugstore Nevis Limited. You could send it to us and we'll fill the prescription. You may need roadside assistance from TDC Automotive Division. WhatsApp us. I'm going to share the numbers in a few. So for our automotive division, and I'll share it with you guys as well, we have a little image. So for our automotive division, it's 662-9270. City Drugstore Nevis Limited, which we launched as part of our COVID response campaign, it's 662-8769. Our copy and print center on 4th Street in the TDC Mall, it's 662-5608. Our home and building depot, it's in St. Kitts, it's 662-8945. And for Nevis, it's 662-8949. So we're making it easy for you to do business with us.
Yeah, man. Stay connected with TDC.
I love it.
Stay connected with us.
Listen, sometimes, especially me, I hate to have to call a business place. So I have to sit and wait for them to reply and then transfer me to this department because they don't know this and they don't know that.
And you could actually send a message. Somebody on the other end will respond.
As in, I love it.
Yeah. So we've been doing business like that since COVID for our home and billing depot with our curbside service and for City Drugstore Nevis. So we just extended it now to include the other departments as well, because we recognize over time those departments are critical to you and providing you with the needs or the services that you require. Right? So we're gonna go to automotive.
More, wow.
We're gonna go to automotive. So we have new vehicles in stock.
Jade?
We have
Is
the
this divine
Suzuki.
timing?
We have the Suzuki Jimny
Ooh.
in stock. We have the Toyota CHR and the Toyota RAV4 hybrid. And of course, this is your opportunity to call TDC Automotive and arrange a test drive. So a different experience, a whole new experience. So if you're looking for a brand new vehicle, you want to test drive and say, hey, I want to add this to my list this year. Or I want to upgrade, or as we say, level up these days. This is an opportunity for you to do so with a brand new vehicle. You could call or visit our automotive division or WhatsApp as the case may be and book a test drive. Book a test drive and have a new driving experience with TDC Automotive Division.
Jade, you might have to make a call.
I mean, I'll send a WhatsApp.
I'll send a WhatsApp, right? I'll send a WhatsApp and have that new driving experience that everybody wants.
Indeed.
And of course, the vehicles are hybrid vehicles, so we going into fuel efficiency, sustainability of your vehicle and so forth. So we thinking all the things.
But with the way gas prices going now, I tell them it's hybrid vehicle we need to start bringing it.
Right, and test drive the hybrid.
Indeed.
Test drive the hybrid. Speak to one of our sales associates, and they'll be more than happy to assist you. We're more than happy to assist you. Let me see if I have anything or if I missed anything else.
You mentioned something that I think a lot of people may not know is available though, the roadside assistance.
Yes.
We also do vehicle inspection at our automotive division.
Boom, bam.
In case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know.
But yes, I know a lot of people probably would be interested in the roadside assistance because, a lot of us not car savvy. And from the car stop, we don't know what to do or who to call. So having this as a service is beneficial to the driving population, me soon included, hopefully.
Agreed.
Yeah,
and
after she gets a hybrid.
Yes, after she gets a hybrid. And of course, this again is another way for us to meet the needs of the customers. We recognize that their needs change over time. So we're here to make sure that we not only keep up, but make sure that we stay ahead of the game to provide you with the services and the products that you require. No questions? You guys quiet today? I'm in studio today. Man in the store. Man out in the field.
We are quiet. We are just listening.
One day when you invite us to the farm.
I know. What, you ain't even bring a little cucumber, nothing, not a tomato.
Come back here with a half full pig. A half full pig,
Well, in all fairness to you guys, you are invited to the farmer's market tomorrow. But you can purchase your farm fresh produce. So I might not have brought back something from the farm, but I bring the farm to you.
Indeed.
I brought the farm to you so you could get your farm fresh produce tomorrow at our home and building depots in both St. Kitts
I
and
just would have liked to see you in your farm attire with your big water boots and your big hat.
You're wearing the overalls tomorrow?
No, I'll up for an apron tomorrow. But on the farm visits, yes, I did, which we intend to release a farmer's appreciation video just in the next couple of days. So who knows, you might see me there
in
picking or plucking or digging or something.
And then you know what you do on the farm.
But well, I did something. All those things I did. I did some work on the farm.
Yeah,
We
I
actually
think you belong there. I think you should leave it to the professionals.
But hey, I got a job. I got offered a job.
Excuse me, we're about to do water the garden?
No, we didn't.
So it's easy enough. I mean, listen.
We did.
You got to start somewhere.
We can't start at the top all the time.
No, but and the thing is that the farms that we visited, they're basically the natural farms, no organics at all. Yeah, we do that here. No organics at all. 100%. Sorry, no pesticides. 100% organic. All natural, the farms that we visited. And we plan to do more because that is where the farmers market thrust comes in, where we're trying to get our farmers to be more organic and move away from pesticides and so forth. So we're working with the farmers to do that. So when we do visit, there's advice and so on that we give to the farmers. Outside of the products, we actually do, we look at crops and so on. If they have particular diseases and so on, we give the recommendations right there and then. So our farmers can be rest assured that we have their best interest at heart.
Well, Dominic, our good people on the live have questions for you.
Sure.
One in particular is the interest rate of the Easter loan. Can you share some information about that?
What I can tell you about the interest rate for the Easter loan is that it's very low at this point in time. The person can also follow us on social media, and they can send us a message, and we'll be more than happy to give it. I don't have the interest rate to hand, but you can also call 465-2511 and ask for TDC Financial Services or 469-0054 in Nevis, and you can get the interest rate as well. You can also ask any other question that you want there. Follow us on social media. I was about to end with that, because we update our social media platforms very often. It also has specials and information, tips and tricks and so forth for Farmers Month. We also give you information that might not be readily available through this particular platform. So if you follow us on Facebook, like us as well on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah, we are on all of those. For those persons who didn't know, follow us on Facebook and those platforms, and we're more than happy to provide you the information.
Well, Dominic, that is amazing information. There's so much happening at TDC.
There's always something happening.
Always, you're right.
Well, let's wait for April.
What?
There's always something happening.
More still?
More coming still. More coming still in April. So there's always something to be grateful for, and we always make sure that we provide the services that the customers and the clients want. The services and the products that the customers and clients want.
Awesome.
Well, I'm pretty sure you'll see some of those customers tomorrow.
Sure, and if you are shopping tomorrow, I'd like to remind you to bring your green bag as well.
Ooh.
Bring your green bag. Keep it eco-friendly. Bring your green bag.
Love it.
Yeah. Reduce the plastic. Bring your green bag and shop and get your farm fresh produce. And if you're in store like Azim, who looking for the hose since...
And the ladder.
Well, the hose I could tell him about. We got lots of hoses. We got 1/2 inch, we got 3/4, we got 5/8.
What?
Yeah. So
man, these words coming out a little wrong to me.
No, the sizes. The sizes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the sizes. So
As in you're looking for hose.
Mm-hmm. And we also have hose. We have those that you put in your hand and dig with. We have those as well. I don't know which one you were looking for, but
both actually.
Okay, right. So, yeah. So we have those, and you get the 20% savings as well.
Half a hoe.
And you get the 20% savings.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you still get your mega reward points. So it pays to shop with TDC. It pays to shop. The benefits are there. So see you tomorrow.
For sure.
In our, farm-friendly hats and attire.
Oh, yeah, man, right. Just for the occasion.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and well, you might want to wear the short boots as opposed to the long ones.
The long ones,
yeah.
Sun might be a little hot tomorrow. Yeah, really want.
And for those persons who might be wondering, start your own backyard garden. This is a chance for you to do that. Grow your own. This is a chance for you to grow your own.
Or your windowsill garden. People have little plants around the house.
These little flower pots, planters and so forth.
Yeah.
I have to come to TDC tomorrow to get some supplies for my little,
little home garden.
Yeah.
Do that. We have the Miracle Grow fertilizers. We have a whole line of fertilizers, starting soil and so forth. We have mulch. We have hand trowels. We have hand shovels, hand forks.
All you need for your backyard.
We have the starter kits, the seedling trays.
There's a starter kit?
Yeah.
I start your own farm starter kits?
We
love it.
Yeah, you can't put the little seedlings in the big open ground.
That's true.
You have the starter kits for your town. So we thought about everything.
Have you thought about how to keep away the monkeys?
We're working on that.
Okay.
We're working on that.
I know TDC could do it. If anybody could do it, it's TDC.
We do sell monkey traps.
Ha-ha.
TDC sell monkey traps?
Ha-ha. I knew it. I knew it.
Sell monkey traps.
I knew they had a solution.
I thought this man going to make them.
No.
We do sell monkey traps.
What?
See, I knew they had the solution for the monkeys.
For those persons who are wondering, how do I try to control the monkeys? We do sell.
TDC is the place to
And of course, if there's something that you might want us to bring in, you can speak to any one of our sales associates in the agro department, and they'll be more than happy to assist you. Because we're here to make it work.
All right.
Together we succeed. That's the new logo, so the new motto. So together we succeed.
Awesome.
I love it.
All right.
Well, Dominic, it was a pleasure having you here as
always.
usual. Every time you come, it's a wealth of information. And a piggy, apparently.
I'll try not to come back in too fast.
You could bring us a piggy.
Well,
if you leave that one, you have to leave the whole.
I think Dominic trying to tell you that you ain't got nothing to put in the piggy.
Maybe. The piggy gonna be hungry?
I'm certain he might have had some other siblings who may want a new home. So I'll inquire.
I need a piggy. I need a piggy.
But you'll have to make sure that you fill it.
Of course.
And you keep your commitment. When it's filled, I'd advise you to open a TDC Financial Services accumulator with the starting of at least $100 so that you could have some savings as well.
I actually have a bag home that I might need to bring to you
well,
guys.
hey, the place to come, the place to put that bag with all them money is at TDC Financial Services.
Not those side suckers, they're going to think I home.
Well, I figure it might be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So, and nobody know how big the bag is.
Yeah, right. But one full basket.
Mm-hmm. So in a big bag, guys, and ain't got no cash.
I figure it's
coins.
No, as in all fairness too, I figure it might be a 2 pound bag. With some 5 cents that she found.
Some 10 cents.
Yeah. Not a lot.
No.
But
anything helps, and that's a start. So I think
that is true.
The accumulator with my little cents them, they're gonna turn into dollars.
Right. And then you could get a fat pig like mine.
Imagine that, eh? Imagine that.
You could get a pig like mine.
But Dominic, thank you so much for coming in, man. It's always a pleasure.
Welcome.
Thank you for letting us know. Guys, remember tomorrow,
Farmers Market.
Both
locations.
Yeah, and you get 20% off on all agro
products until the end of the month.
Okay, man. Well, Dominic, thank you again.
You're
man.
welcome.
Appreciate it.
And I'll see you next time.
For sure. Guys, we're going to take a short break and be right back with more Island Tea right here on Media SKN. See you right after the break.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Fruta, taste the real Fruta. Enjoy the real Fruta. Refreshing juice of every day. Whoa, Fruta. Drink the real Fruta. Your favorite Fruta. The natural taste is Fruta. Fruta.
Your favorite fruit has got a new skin with real juice within. Drink the real Fruta. Enjoy the real joy.
Taste the real Fruta. Enjoy the real Fruta. Refreshing juice of every day is Fruta.
Fruta, juiced right.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be, is the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley got it all about the flavor. Shirley never let me down. When I lime it at the beach on the town, Shirley biscuits always feel like home.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be, is the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley, the Caribbean's favorite biscuit.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. Jade, it's Friday.
Yes, and it has been kind of chaotic, but you know we're pushing through.
But we have reason to show. We have reason to show. Guys, for those of you who are wondering why we're Dominic is still in studio and he's
adding to the chaos.
He's just being wild. I don't know what's happening. Man just decided to lock up the lights. Wow. Alright, but guys, yes, it is Friday and there is reason to shout and dance. To shout and dance. There has been a development in our re-entry protocols.
Indeed. Yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday, Minister Grant at this press conference gave us some news that persons have been calling for quite some time.
Yes. So, SKN to accept 24-hour antigen tests from vaxxed travelers. Vaxxed. That kind of... Well, anyway.
It's a start.
It's a start, yeah. That's why I may complain. But St. Kitts and Nevis announced that it will accept antigen tests which were taken 24 hours prior to arrival from visitors who are fully vaccinated against coronavirus. The development was announced by Minister of Tourism Lindsay Grant at a media conference on Wednesday. I thought it was yesterday.
Yesterday, what? Oh, well.
Oh, wow. That wasn't yesterday, Azim?
It was yesterday.
Okay, so it's supposed to be on Thursday. The policy goes into effect from April 1st, 2022. Our careful and strategic easing of restrictions has made the destination more accessible to those who are desirous. What?
Desirous.
Oh, desirous, because I'm like, that makes sense. Desirous of a vacation after almost 2 years of restricted travel, the minister said. We are certainly taking steps in the right direction. We continue to work with the COVID-19 task force, CMO and her team at the Ministry of Health to create the balance between lives and livelihoods. PCR tests will still be accepted from both vaccinated and unvaccinated travelers once it was taken within 3 days prior to arrival. This is good news for visitors who will be traveling to the Sugar Isle for the highly anticipated St. Kitts and Nevis Music Festival in June and the Nevis Mango Festival in July. St. Kitts and Nevis tourism sector has rebounded significantly within the last few months with the resumption of air and sea links to major source markets in Europe and North America. I don't think I need to continue.
Yeah, but I think this is just showing that we are moving forward. The truth is, they got some places right now they're saying
they're moving backward.
No. I mean, no. To me, they're moving faster than us. You know.
Oh, I thought you're talking about the places who have literally
the cases going up.
Relapsed, yes.
But that's something that we've been dealing with for since we started seeing since the pandemic started, really.
Yeah.
Fluctuation in cases. So they've taken a decision to allow us to do the antigen test and come in. So I do think that this is going to be something that people consider when they're traveling, and it just kind of makes it easier. You know, you ain't got to do 3 days before. You could go. The antigen tests, of course, are also cheaper.
Yes.
So that is
the only thing they said that they're not accepting the ones that were administered by you. So don't do it yourself and present it.
So that means don't go Walgreens, right, in the States?
Where's the Walgreens self-test?
Walgreens is self-test.
Oh, yeah, you can't go Walgreens.
You ain't got to jump out your car. You just go to the drive-thru test. They just pass the thing out. Yeah, take that. They ain't even know if you put it in your ear. But anyways, yesterday a friend of mine told me that, she went to Walgreens and they made me do it myself. I said, you do it? It's like, girl, people just licking that there and sending it back to the window.
Why said I licking? Oh, dear.
So no self-administered test, guys.
Please, do not lick the test and go present them, please. They're not accepting those. Don't lick the test and present. Oh, my God. You're creative, by.
But, yeah. So, I think that's good. That's good news for persons who looking to travel. For sure.
Definitely. What else? I think there was something from the good doctor, Dr. Wilkinson. Let's see what he had to say. Wait, what happened? What is?
Is that coming back?
Oh. You frame me, you don't usually just get up. So, yes, an exclusive from Dr. Wilkinson. It is our combined efforts that will take us into a successful post-pandemic era. Dr. Cameron Wilkinson, Medical Chief of Staff at the Joseph N. France General Hospital, praised the people of St. Kitts and Nevis for showing great unity and perseverance during the COVID-19 pandemic. But he tempered his gratitude with an urge that the community not drop its guard against the virus. The numbers prove that St. Kitts and Nevis has punched above its weight in handling the COVID-19 pandemic. This sentiment was shared by Dr. Cameron Wilkinson in an exclusive interview with Win FM News on the 24th of March. I believe our success in the fight was due to the fact that we in the health and the task force were given the latitude to make decisions based on scientific evidence and the facts as they unfolded, and it was devoid of any political interference, Dr. Wilkinson said. I want to put on record my commendation to the Prime Minister and his cabinet for the astute leadership provided in this crisis. We called for an all-of-society approach in this fight, and many responded. We were able to unite the country for the most part in our efforts to defeat this invisible foe, for which we had no blueprint or past experience to guide us. It was because we remained united in our efforts that we were successful. I do believe that as we begin to emerge from the stranglehold that COVID-19 has had on our everyday life, that it will be our combined efforts that will take us into a successful post-pandemic era for the benefit of every citizen of this federation. Dr. Wilkinson recalled a cabinet briefing in early 2020 where he discussed where discussions were had to prepare for the deadly virus. He believed from the onset the right decisions were made, which contributed to the successful management of the pandemic. So just to give you a little synopsis of the latest reports from both Tuesday and Wednesday, that reads that there were no confirmed active cases in the Federation at present. I think the same thing happened yesterday from the latest reports that we had no confirmed cases. So our total active cases currently are 0. According to the World Health Organization, COVID-19 has claimed over 6 million lives globally and registered 472 million cases to date. Boy, oh boy, good news overall. I mean, it's been a long journey here, and we're finally at a place where we can say, according to the research and the tests and all of these things that they have been conducting, we have no cases. But let's hear what some callers have to say. Good morning, caller, you're live. Oh, we lost that one. Feel free to call back. Let's see if I can get this one. Good morning, caller, you're live on Island T. What's up?
Greetings, Island T.
Greetings.
Everyone is to give the background in the street. Everyone is well. Everyone had the bush day.
Definitely did.
Big up the farmers. Big up the farmers. Food I more and I more and I more. Yes. And when we say food, you mean the organic one, them there.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Free from all of these in them, you know. All right. We hear the sound this morning about reparation.
Mm-hmm.
And we have different, you know, it got to be a united front where that is concerned, because they're listening, you know. They're listening to the negative inputs concerning something that is a collective something, you know. We have to sing with one voice, sing one tune, one song, and come to that thing there. But nevertheless, it's going to take a time for us to get to that, because we have all kind of mix of moods and attitudes and, you know, them things they in our midst as a people. But we are going to get to it. We will get to it. just a matter of time, and in the meantime, a lot of sieving out have to go on, because our race is in a state that it's not pretty. It's not pretty. No people traumatized, no people not care, no people just depend on the bread and butter thing and don't see no further than that. Even though reparation include bread and butter too, it is much more than that. And as the Prince said, rightly so, it has to be properly organized how we are going to deal with that issue. But as we said, nevertheless, it is going to be a reality, and we just have to prepare ourselves for it. Whether it will be in our times, generations unborn, whatever, you know, it's going to be, because it is something that ought to be. So it's going to be, to the powers of the Most High, who see us through up to this time as a race of people. And the thing is, you know, when we, you know, we did Jamaica one time, and the Prime Minister, Britain was supposed to come in, but he sent the deputy, and a conference go on in the conference room there, and Professor Robin Shepherd was chairing it. And after the discussion, the deputy Prime Minister put out the hand to shake the hands of Rasta Without Locks in Jamaica minister. What's his name again? Is some man Clarendon, a clear gentleman, but he always agitating for reparation. Stretch out the hand to shake his hand, and the minister said, "No man, I can't shake your hand, you know. I cannot shake your hand because you is supporting your Prime Minister for non-apology to the African race for the atrocities. I cannot shake your hand." And, you know, that happened years ago, you know. And, you know, when we really made upon that, we see that the type of people we is, that we went through atrocities that is unimaginable, and at the same time we can still entertain those people in the tourism sector. You notice that? There is no, even though killing go on amongst we, there is no killing that goes on with tourists. You with me? It shows the kind of people that we is up to the time. The God people we is. Yeah. The spiritual, humanity loving people that we is up to the time. And I just pray and that pray and hope that the powers that be within their race will acknowledge that and say, wow, no, these people here is different, and we ought to deal with them as they should be dealt with as a people, following this human cargo and the rest diabolic atrocities that we endured. We will get to it. Give thanks for talking about it, and it's very important within the scheme of things. And I want to end by saying that just as a people, our forwardness, our progressiveness ought not to be stopped, because reparation is not in place as yet.
Right.
So we are predominant people, mighty people. Blessed love.
All right, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Hopefully we see some. You know, I don't think we're gonna ever see the let's say the rest. Like we're not gonna rest until reparations becomes a reality. I think we're going to see the calls getting stronger and stronger as time goes on, as more people get a clearer understanding of what all it entails. And like I said, and when we actually get to a point where we can really focus in on what it would look like and have some consensus on that as to what exactly it is being asked. So
yeah. Anyway, let's make some bets for tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Oh, some bets for tomorrow?
Yeah. What do you think they're going to talk about? What is your money on, as in, what do you think will be the hot topic of the convention tomorrow?
Hot topic?
Mm-hmm.
I think, like we keep saying, I think the general, I think he's not going to sway from, let's talk about the PM. I don't think he's going to sway away from his messaging. Basically, he's a part of Team Unity, and he's looking to see it, continue. He's going to re-emphasize the point of let us focus on governance, and not be discussing what the next election is gonna bring. I think we're going to see some. Yeah, of course, we're gonna you gotta give him a little petty for the fans them.
I don't know if you're going. To be honest, I don't know if you're going to take that out now.
No. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying it's gonna be a little petty for the fans them, but you're gonna, but it's gonna no. But I'm saying it's gonna be put in a way where it's not. It's gonna be innuendo. It's gonna be innuendo and subtle. You thinking he gonna make a different move? You think anything too far gone and it's over and.
Well, I don't know if it's far gone on.
You think they're gonna announce? You think they're gonna announce all 8 candidates?
Not tomorrow.
Okay.
Probably not tomorrow, but not saying it ain't gonna happen there, but not tomorrow. But I don't know, cause it's very difficult. Okay, for I'm looking at it as a relationship, right? It's very difficult for you to be in a relationship and hearing your spouse saying, "These is the issues we have. These is the issues we have. I don't feel like this. I feel like this is the problem." And you just go, "No,
Jade,
the relationship wasn't perfect."
No, Jade, no, I don't think that's not what I'm saying. I don't think it's like, oh, it's all bed and roses. I think it's what I'm saying is I think it's going to be a renewal of commitment. So yeah, your spouse could be out there going, you know, I'm not really happy, I'm not really happy, and you could come back and say, all right, well, you know what? I just want you to know that I am here, I'm dedicated, and we can work on it. Let's just deal with this thing together and internally. I think you can take more of that kind of tone.
Or try to let them.
You think PLP just bide in time before they just come and just decide, well, I didn't like us, so we gone?
PLP ain't going nowhere.
No, I'm not saying we gone. I mean gone meaning there are those 8 candidates.
Listen, I know we far from election, right? But I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, if election called tomorrow, because to be honest, right, from what we see, I think we could already see the little, you know, the candidates coming out. We might not have a clear idea who they are.
Yeah, there's
but
been
we
speculation.
There's
been clear speculation of who running where for what.
And from all parties, because I've been hearing and seeing the same thing with the Labour Party.
Labour have a candidate announcement coming up soon.
When?
I see it. I see a poster went out. I think it was official.
For sure.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Let me see what's going on there. Because, but no, I do believe though that the tone of the convention is going to be, look at what we've done as part of the unity government, and be more about internal praise and internal reassurance for the members.
Let me tell you something, right?
That's what I think you're going to be.
Let me tell you something. I know as politicians we have to politic, right? But I hate when politicians make things seem like they are the only people
responsible for good things that are happening.
Yes, when it is a group effort.
Yeah, stop, Jay. They got to take everybody take credit. Look, everybody take credit for the same things here.
Which is weird. How true are you do the same thing and it's only one of it happen?
Because with everything in government, it's hardly ever really self-contained. Like especially any big capital projects. It really, for instance, right? Let's look at like the housing program. Of course, the Minister of Lands gonna take thing. The Minister for NHC gonna take credit. Minister for Public Works gonna take credit. Then
this as a group. Whoa.
That's yeah, but
that would make sense because that would make sense. We know it's a group.
Yeah, but that's what they do. They just take credit when they're up for their part.
There shouldn't be no party. It's supposed to be a group effort. If
I don't
we have
even
a group
understand
project,
how,
as him, I don't feel like we could go in class and be like, yeah, I do this, and as him do that. It's a group. You get points as a group. They don't single out your points.
Yeah, but everybody in the group can say, look at what I got an A.
But yes, but that the A comes after the presentation. You don't present as an individual.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So this thing done do. For instance, the pods and they done build.
Oh, yes, pods and they done build.
The houses done build.
So now it's like A.
Yeah, I got A, and they just go out and say we have an A. Like, you're just saying it ain't going to change, and that type of rhetoric ain't going to change. But
I wish it would, though.
I understand what you're saying. But, but how else would they present it? You know what I'm saying?
Well, right now, I understand if you are a singular party involved in a singular thing. But right now,
I don't even think it's that. I think the ministers themselves. Because that's what you expect. If for instance, right, we the electorate, we expect the people that we elect to go in and work for us.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way they would have to come out and say when they're talking to us, hey, look what we did. Like, that's the relationship. Now, the problem I have a lot of times is not so much that they go and say, oh, look at what we did, look at what we did. My issue is that a lot of the times they fail to highlight, hey, the missteps, hey, the money went over budget by 3 million and nobody know where the money went.
Not only
like,
that,
them kind of things, nobody does remember them things there.
No, and a lot of the times I also
that's
forget.
That's why we need healthy opposition.
Yes, and a lot of the time we see these projects being completed by somebody else, and they never give the people who start the project any type of like
credit. Right.
Nothing.
Right.
It's just like, bro, so you think we forget? You think we forget that you would?
Yes, actually.
Oh.
When watching, and that's a political thing again, eh? You take credit when it's done in your term, eh?
Oh,
once it's done in your term, that's it.
Yeah, we could take credit, but we could also like.
You see this one here?
Or a rojo.
Yeah.
So rojo brunch.
I was like, yo, parties them getting terms.
Boy. When is the PAM brunch and the PLP brunch? Because I want to give everybody things, you know.
Come on,
I want to give everybody something. Them.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 2 conventions in. I'm waiting on the one from the Labour Party. And then I see a brunch. Boy, all of these things happening?
It's ridiculous right now. It's ridiculous. You can't make up your mind where to go.
No, y'all rich in this country, man.
Things come back with a vengeance.
Y'all ain't telling me something. I missed something because there's a lot of events happening, you know?
Dude, crazy.
Oh, my God. Where y'all going to find the energy?
You just pick and choose where you're going. There's something for everybody.
Yep. What happened this weekend? Music festival is launching today. Tonight, sorry, yeah. At 7 at Royal St. Kitts. That's where I shall be because I want to hear the release.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then tomorrow I'm going to the convention to hear what all the people have to say, to see who the speaker is, to hear the honorable.
You could give me the rundown.
Well, you know, I ain't going to and get the key points.
Yeah, they can't convince people me going to come in here. I'm shut to the bar.
Yeah, but that's probably what people abusing us on Facebook.
Miscalculation.
Think we're part of the Unity Coalition because you're coming here and you're shot the day before the convention. As him do neutral colors like me.
No, see, the problem is, Jade, how you know a real PLP man, you have to have at least an orange tie, which I'm not wearing a tie. And if I'm not wearing a tie, then you have to have the orange socks. I'm not wearing socks at all. So obviously, I can't be a PLP member.
We're watching you still, you know?
No,
well, not we. They're watching you. You see, our third term, yo, I tell you that man is whoever that person is a menace. The man said job well. What you say? After my comments yesterday, the man either said job well done. Oh my God. That page is literally
all that on this one-man page?
The work speaks for itself.
The work speaks for itself, yeah, man.
Then we have another one customer saying that we are part of the Unity Coalition. You know, both things can't be true. Both things. Like, I thought that's how we anti-government. Now, how we are part of the Unity Coalition?
Jade,
and we still ain't getting no money. We're working hard enough, you know.
That is what I was about to say.
We're working hard enough.
Somebody, just like whoever want to buy me, just pick up them, man. You're wasting time, man.
You have all these fake pages out here misspelling all your information. Have them the graphics them mix one. We could do a better job.
Oh boy.
And we talk. Listen, we're open to any party, and we ain't just talking about any specific.
As a matter of fact, I prefer all.
I mean,
I prefer Labour need to give me a call.
Pam too.
Dr. Joe, you got my number.
Sean, you're the listeners, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, man, hey.
And somebody out of PLP does listeners. Just get some.
Yeah. That's all you got to do, you know?
Yeah.
We'll just come in here and discuss the police every week.
Listen, until Cromwell pay.
Until Cromwell pay us every week.
Oh dear, I love it.
Oh,
I love it. What a time, eh?
Hey, but I mean, it really just speaks to the fact that we're at a time where, when it isn't even nothing new. Like I keep saying,
No.
we're always in election mode. It's always silly season here.
Bye.
And that really does annoy me. It really does annoy
Silly
me.
season?
The fact that it doesn't seem to leave.
Oh, yeah, bye.
Doesn't seem to leave.
That ain't going nowhere. Not
And the
time
truth
soon.
about it, instead of us becoming like more like some of the other countries where you could see, okay, things ramping up and that kind of thing, it seems as though the rest of the world kind of coming more like us, to be quite
Yeah,
honest.
bye. Everybody campaigning all year long.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I think
I mean, better for a second. I mean, we have content. But I understand still.
I don't need political content every day. Like, you know
Not
what I mean?
as a man talking about politics every day, you crazy?
Rough.
I'll skip that late, man, see it.
But I think that I think we're gonna have to really figure out what we can do to deal with it. It's a problem. It's really a problem. And I keep saying, I think one of the things is probably having set date or set times for elections. I think we need to take the power of calling the elections out of the Prime Minister hand.
And we call it?
No. Those have set dates. I think, and I know the reason and the arguments for that. I mean, you know, for instance, somebody might use now as an example. I'm like, look, but I need to dissolve Parliament now. Things ain't working. Blah blah blah.
So you think they're working? We're gonna dissolve Parliament?
Yeah. So go back to the electorate and get a new mandate. So that we get a new mandate.
There we go. Problem solved.
No, but I'm arguing for the opposite.
Problem not solved.
Yeah, I argue for the opposite. But I understand where those sentiments come from, and why it's that way and things like that. But I just think it's then kicked around, used like a political tool, you know, and it really keeps us in a state of constant campaigning and
listen.
It'll get heavy.
That's why I say I don't understand how people do this every day, you know. I talk about politics for probably like half an hour up my whole day, and I don't tell you. People stay there, talk about this every day, literally nitpick. Some of the things I don't see people nitpicking on, right? I know they're insane, you know. Like, for instance, right, this week, I guess there was lamenting on the fact that the security, I think it was the security for the PM button up his jacket wrong or something. Yes, you know one.
I see a picture with that guy who...
It's got to do with anything.
No, I just thought it was funny though.
What, that he put up his jacket wrong or
I just thought the dude looked funny.
Well, yeah, that could be true.
I just thought the dude looked funny.
What was... I mean, yeah, we all have times that we... Well, no, but...
I haven't done that there since maybe grade...
I don't wear jackets.
So.
We don't wear jackets, fine. That's
but
fine.
What I found interested about the whole thing was that you do know most jackets only have maximum 2 buttons.
Listen, okay, get him from my own. The PM says he can't button up a jacket, yeah? That's what they say.
Oh, well.
Yeah. That clearly he vision off, so he's supposed to be... He coordination off as him, so he can't hair fit for whatever position he hold. I don't know who this man be, but boy, they're calling you for your resignation, may I lie to you. Over this jacket fiasco.
Right. Everything is a fiasco right now.
That's what I tell you, every little thing in as
yeah.
Oh, next week about to be terrible, boy, may I lie to you.
I think it's gonna be interesting to see how the thing play out. For me, we're gonna have to get to a point where we could. It does feel like a lot of this is internal issues.
Oh, the advisor for the PM.
Oh, he's an advisor. Oh, that was Michael Powell.
Yeah, so he gotta go.
Oh,
Mr. Powell.
I didn't even watch the face. I just watched the button.
Listen, I didn't know who that man was, and I didn't even realize what he.
So people saying he's not fit to be advisor because he built a jacket wrong. That's what people saying.
Literally, as him.
I didn't watch the. Okay, I don't read comments. I don't read comments.
It wasn't a comment. It was the headline.
I only see the picture on somebody WhatsApp.
That's about different in this country, boy.
I just thought it was somebody who was a supporter and taking a picture with them leaving the church.
Friend.
Wow.
Nope.
The politics and everything.
Yeah, but anyway, we have to go because Miss Sandra is coming up next, and she about to be spicy as usual. And then we have the usual voices. Later we have DJ Flames, we have Jed Sounds, and rounding out the night we have the one and only DJ Rabuka. Also tune in tomorrow to something very special happening on Win FM. Inside the News is bringing to you a new episode hosted by Devon, and it will feature Mr. Dwyer Astafan and Peter Wickham.
Oh, that's a good combination, yeah.
You know the theme would be?
What the theme is?
Will Team Unity survive? Love it.
Yeah, but that's a good question to be asking.
No, it is. It is a great question, and it happens right before the convention. So stick and stay and watch it. The convention also being streamed here, so you don't even have to go nowhere. From one to the other. But that's a good question.
I wonder if they'll change the question to should it.
Should it? That's a spicy one. I know about them. Put it out. So we ain't changing it. We don't promoting it.
All right.
Should it? That's one we could talk about next week. That's one for us.
Yeah.
But take us out, Azim.
But guys, yes, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you this week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Like quickly before I go, I've been hearing a lot of I've been reading a lot of stories, about people who have been having issues controlling their vehicles properly. Are just having traffic issues as a result of alcohol. You had the woman who's
cleaning up two deputies.
Three people she killed,
Yeah, but Anna she killed two deputies.
Two state troopers.
Yeah, after they just stopped her from.
They stopped her for suspicion of driving under the influence. She turned around and killed the three of them, run them over. They had the issue this week again. You had a lady who was driving, and her 9-year-old son reported her for driving under the influence. He should. And then there's this other lady who called an Uber to take her to Ukraine to fight because she was drunk. You didn't hear that? You didn't see that one?
Yes. You may see that one, Fred.
The lady literally,
so you don't see that one.
The woman called an Uber.
I mean, listen, to war safely.
And yeah.
By the time she reaches sober.
I could tell you that. But guys, basically, I think the universe is telling me that I need to let you guys know to be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and drive,
yeah,
guys.
The weekend is festive. Just be safe.
The lady who killed the three people, she literally on her Twitter kept boasting about how she was the best drunk driver ever.
Well, that clearly was proven
and
wrong.
so we see what happened.
But yeah, so since Miss Sandra is here, we have to go. She's looking vibrant in her grey.
But guys, appreciate you so much for joining us today. Remember, spend more time living your content than posting it, and you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you guys next week.